Hello everyone, I'm currently stuck in traffic. Had a nice time in Seattle and now we're going 2 to 3 hours north to camp across from Mount Baker, which I'm really excited about. So let's go check that out. A few weeks ago, I drove over 900 miles in over 15 hours from California to Washington to car camp up by Mount Baker in the North Cascades. It also happened to be the weekend there was a massive solar storm and the northern lights were visible, which I wasn't planning on but was beyond excited. This video will be a little different from the typical vlog style videos I post on my channel. This video was originally supposed to be a vlog, but a few things happened that became pretty overwhelming. I found that the exhaustion from the drive had made me sick and feverish, and I was also managing a nagging long-term running injury, so overall I just didn't feel great. I also passed literally 100 or more people at the top of the mountain who were also there to see the northern lights, which was a crazy unique experience. So all of this together had made it too much for me to focus on filming and enjoying myself in the moment at the same time. I didn't want the footage I did get to go to waste though, so instead, I thought I'd put it all together with some older footage I have to tell you a little about my experiences which led me to fall in love with solo outdoor adventuring. Growing up, my grandma lived along a creek in Texas that my dad would take me down to hike, play, and collect rocks. Looking back now, playing at the creek is one of my fondest memories, and I can still smell the fresh morning air and hear the Texas birds chirping before the heat had time to blanket the area for the rest of the day. I had never considered myself outdoorsy unless it meant going down to that creek. As I got older, I started going on hikes more often, and when I moved to the Northeast, with the White Mountains so close by, I finally hiked to the summit of my first mountain, Mount Osceola. When I was younger, I was always wanting new clothes, makeup, and shoes, but I realized over time that no matter how many material items I bought, I would always want more and it never actually made me happy. When I looked deep down, what made me happiest were the experiences I had with people I cared about and hobbies I loved. In the spring of 2022, I did my first big solo trip to southern Italy where I found myself wanting to spend most of my time hiking above the clouds rather than hanging down at the beach. It was by chance that the bed and breakfast I had picked without much attention to the map was up in the mountains and sat right on the hiking trail, and I ended up hiking the same trail 3 times during that week. I loved how grounded and present I felt while solo hiking, how in tune I am with my thoughts, emotions, surroundings, and nature. I was acutely aware of the breeze on my cheek, the sweat on my forehead, the ache in my calves, and I loved it. I feel that there's another layer of mindfulness added to the experience when you're solo adventuring compared to when you're with others. Hiking with others is fun and exciting, but I find I don't get to that profound meditative mindful state that I can achieve when I'm alone. I was so in tune with how my muscles were carrying me, and I found myself wanting to see how hard I could push my body, how strong I could get, and how far I could go. In the fall of 2022, I moved to the West Coast and fell in love with how densely and abundantly beautiful it is here. I started solo camping and hiking in the mountains and realized I was learning the most about myself in those moments I was alone in the backcountry. When you're faced with risks such as avalanches, hazardous weather, no cell service, running out of food, injury, and encountering bears or mountain lions, I feel like you really learn who you are under all the masks you wear in society. In society, I am a woman, a pet mom, a friend, a scientist, an artist, whatever it may be. But alone in the wild, I am purely me, stripped of all societal labels. I am the core of who I am, just Kate, a person in the wild. And who am I when I'm alone in the wilderness? I'm someone who finds joy in spotting colorful flowers, making it to alpine lakes, chatting with passing hikers and saying hi to their dogs, and watching the sunset or sunrise glow against the mountains. I'm someone who is utterly terrified of dying in the wild, who gets sweaty and anxious at the thought of running into a grizzly face-to-face or getting stalked by a mountain lion. It's weird, but I find comfort in knowing I'm no more special than any other living thing around me, yet I also know that we each are special in our own ways. It really makes me appreciate and respect all the nature around me and also makes me passionate in educating others about how to outdoor adventure in the most respectful ways possible to protect the land and wildlife. I'm so grateful to be doing something I love, but the one thing I've loved the most from solo outdoor adventuring, especially in the past couple of years, is what I've learned by facing my fears. Facing my fears has instilled in me a confidence, self-trust, independence, and courage that I don't think I could get in many other scenarios. I think most people believe that when I go to the mountains alone, I'm not afraid, that I'm haphazardly marching my way in and ignorantly and blissfully frolicking without the proper safety precautions. This could not be more untrue. Sometimes I go and am utterly terrified. Every little noise will wake me up at night in my tent and sometimes in my car, and I get very poor sleep. My anxiety is what drives me to be ultra prepared with backup plan after backup plan. And I know that the greatest threat to my life is not usually wildlife, but more likely falls, drowning, dehydration, hypothermia, or heat exhaustion. But the fact that I get scared and still drive home thinking I can't wait to do that again means that this all means something very special for me. I like to joke that I hate myself and that I'm a masochist, but in reality, I've learned that I am Kate, a girl who loves to challenge herself, and I don't let hardships or fear stop me from achieving my goals and living my best life. I started this channel to help others realize that it's okay to be afraid when you go after what you want. Sometimes the biggest rewards come with the deepest discomfort. Deep down, I want to help make people's lives better if they want that, and part of that is knowing that you're often the primary driver of your own happiness and success. I know this is a broad statement, and I acknowledge that different levels of privilege play into this, so some will have an easier and shorter road than others might have, but in general, I think it is true that we drive our own happiness. I'm going to end this video now because I'm starting to sound like a motivational speaker, but I truly believe that the best things in life will always require some level of discomfort to attain, and achieving your goals and being happier is possible if you know that there is no one correct road there, and it's okay to be afraid along the way. And I hope that this video can help inspire anyone who's been questioning themselves and their own worth or goals lately. This video and monologue is not something I had planned, and I'm not sure whether you guys will like it or not. Feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm taking a couple weeks off to recover from my running injury, but we'll be back to regular vlog-style camping and backpacking videos starting soon. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and have a great day, everyone. Bye!